Hello! Today I'm going to show you how to knit one of my bobbles into a scarf using the brioche stitch. This one here was made by Bettina from our Woolly Hugs group. She used the Woolly Hugs bobble cotton color number 09. Thank you, Bettina, for letting me make a tutorial out of it. This is what the bobble cotton looks like. This one is color number 17. It runs 800 meters per 200 grams and consists of 50% cotton and 50% polyacrylic. That means one scarf out of one of the bobbles is very light and soft, and especially in this grey color, it makes for a great men's scarf too. Following this introduction, I'm going to show you how to knit the brioche stitch and talk a little bit about the different sizes. You'll need the knitting needle size 3.5 or 4. I'm going to use the 3.5. That's a UK 9 or 10 or a US 4. Also, I need a cord. You can find all the necessary tools in my Woolly Hugs needle case. The cords come in different lengths. We use the longer ones here, but the length depends on how wide you want to make your scarf. Also, the usual, a measuring tape, scissors and a needle to darn in the loose ends once you're finished. All included in this case. Alright, you can make your scarf as wide as you like. Bettina casted on 50 stitches for her model. Her gauge has 19.5 stitches per 10 centimeters. That's 19.5 stitches per 3.9 inches. The brioche stitch needs a lot of rows. Here we have 44. Now your gauge, like I said, Bettina needed 19.5 stitches. I would recommend you cast on about 29 stitches so that you have enough of your pattern to see how many stitches you have per 10 centimeters. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. I cast on 27 stitches. Now I turn my work and start with row number 1. At first you slip the border stitch. Later on you will just knit it. Slip the border stitch and get your yarn in front of your work. Then slip the first stitch and yarn over. So slip this stitch while doing a yarn over. The following stitch we purl, and then again slip the next stitch with a yarn over. Again purl the next stitch and then slip the following with a yarn over. Purl a stitch. Let's get a little bit closer. Slip the following stitch with a yarn over. Purl one stitch. Slip the stitch with a yarn over. Purl. Slip the stitch with a yarn over. Purl. Slip the stitch with a yarn over. Purl. Slip the stitch. Purl. And so on. And we end just like we started by slipping the stitch with the yarn over, and then we simply knit the border stitch. Next is row number 2. Turn your work and slip the border stitch. And now we knit the following stitch along with the yarn over. We slip the following stitch with the yarn over, and then again knit the following stitch along with its yarn over. Slip the stitch, don't forget the yarn over, and knit the stitch together with the yarn over. Slip the stitch, knit a stitch, slip, knit, slip, knit, and so on. You continue to do that until the end of the row. With this brioche stitch, you only purl stitches in the very first row. After that, you just slip the stitches or knit them along with the yarn over. No purl stitches anymore. And we again knit the border stitch. And now we can continue with row number 3. Turn your work, slip the border stitch, and now we again slip the first stitch with the yarn over and knit the following stitch along with the yarn over. Slip a stitch and knit the following stitch along with the yarn over. Slip a stitch, knit a stitch, slip, knit, and so on. As you can see, this brioche stitch is quite easy. The only thing you have to keep in mind is that it needs a lot of rows. So it's a lot more work than stockinette stitch. And now you keep repeating the second and the third row in turns. So in row 4, you do the same as in row 2. Turn your work and slip the border stitch. That stays the same anyways. And now we knit the following stitch along with the yarn over. We slip the following stitch with the yarn over and then again knit the following stitch along with its yarn over. Slip the stitch and knit the stitch together with the yarn over. Slip the stitch, knit the stitch, slip, knit, slip, knit, and so on. And like that, you continue knitting until you have enough to measure your 10 cm gauge. If you need more than 19.5 stitches, so for example if you have a gauge with 22 stitches per 10 cm, I would recommend to use a bigger size needle. That's so you then have fewer stitches, which prevents your pattern from getting too tight and the scarf losing its fluffiness. The 5th row is then the same as row 3. Slip the border stitch, and now we again slip the first stitch with the yarn over, and then we're back in the pattern. Knit the following stitch along with the yarn over, slip a stitch, and knit the following stitch along with the yarn over. Slip a stitch, knit a stitch, slip, knit, and so on. You can now knit your scarf individually in your wanted length and also as wide as you like. Bettina casted on 55 stitches here, which resulted in a scarf 28 cm wide. That equals 11 inches. And then with 200 cm, so 2 meters in length. That's about 78.8 inches. If you want a scarf wider than that, I calculated some more sizes for you. So if you want to make your scarf 32 cm wide, you cast on 63 stitches, which leaves a length of about 175 cm. If you only want 26 cm in width, you cast on 51 stitches and get a length of about 215 cm. Here you would have the possibility to make the scarf a little shorter, say 180 cm. And then out of the leftover yarn you could knit a matching headband or a hat. And if you want the scarf to be even wider, so 34 cm, you have to cast on 67 stitches and the scarf will then be about 164 cm in length. You can see you can individually knit your scarf in whatever size you want and experiment with the number of cast-on stitches. You can already see here how the typical brioche stitch pattern slowly forms. Very slowly. And then here with Bettina's scarf you can see the end result and how light and fluffy the yarn acts within the pattern. I'm gonna upload the written pattern in our Woolly Hugs Facebook group. You'll find it there as a free download. Even if you don't need that, I'd like to invite you to have a look. We have a lot of members there and everyone loves knitting and crocheting. It's an open group. I hope you had fun with this tutorial. If so, you're welcome to subscribe to my channel. I frequently upload new ideas and designs. Hope to see you soon. Love, Veronika.